Here with Northwestern State head coach Mike McConathy. The Demons a 2-game week this week. Thursday at TCU and then finally home for ULM on Sunday. Coach, let's just start with what you've learned over the first 3 games. It's a situation where you've scheduled the same way you always do, and I know you tend to glean a lot from these early non-conference games about your team.
I think that we've competed, not to the level we felt like in the Texas Tech game that we'd like. We competed against UTA and competed against Louisiana Tech. Rebounded the ball okay. We got to improve in our defensive field goal percentage, allowing people. That's something we were really strong at last year. And the people, they've gotten off to really good starts shooting the ball extremely well at Texas Tech, UTA, and Louisiana Tech. So that's an area that we've got to do a better job contesting. I was really pleased with the improvement in rebounding. At Texas Tech, we got out-rebounded by 20 plus. We were out-rebounded by 4 twice in the last 2 games with over 40 rebounds. Kendall Coleman has had 26 rebounds, I believe, on the year, and he's done a really, really good job. Dalen Williams, another guy that's rebounding the ball well. So we've done better in that area. I thought Jamari Gregg had a great game against Louisiana Tech with a 21-8, and that's just really, really important. I think Kendall Coleman is giving us somebody we haven't had since William Mosley, somebody that can protect the rim, and that's really, really important. I feel like that we shot the ball much better against Louisiana Tech. We saw improvement there, and we didn't shoot it well the first 2 games, so it's just a matter of settling in, knowing what's good, what's bad, and understanding what our strengths are. Even though you have a team that has a lot of players back, we are moving in 3 new players into playing time. One would be not a new player, but an old player in LaTerrence Reed, who actually had 11 points in Sunday's game against Louisiana Tech. 3 for 4 from the floor. Did a great job. And then you've got Kendall Coleman, as I mentioned earlier, and then Carvel Tissett. He's just really a talented young man and will really be an outstanding addition to our program. So we're excited about the new additions, and merging them together is what is so critical in November and December. But we play so many games, game after game after game, and you don't get a chance to go back into the gym and practice. So that sometimes slows your learning curve down a little bit because of that. But I'm pleased with where we're at, other than we'd like to have some on the left side.
Well, you mentioned you weren't really happy Wednesday night when you walked off the floor with Texas Tech with the competitive nature of your team. You get to play another Big 12 team in TCU on Thursday, so a chance maybe for the guys to continue to build while also redeeming themselves from a competitive standpoint.
No doubt about it. I mean, it really makes a lot of difference to be able to have experienced what we've experienced and to go over and play TCU, such a well-coached team and very, very talented Big 12 school. There'll be a challenge. They got a big guy in the middle, 6'11", and of course we're leaving one home because he's got to take a final that day, final project, and Dalen Williams, who's been doing a great job for us. So somebody's got to step up. One man's down, another one's got to step up. So we're excited about playing them. They've got really good players, and it'll be a challenge for us, but it'll be a different kind of situation because it's a game in the middle of other games. When you play at Texas Tech on opening night, especially COVID related, and nothing's been going on since March, I mean, they were really, really special, and I think they've got an outstanding team. Texas Tech does, and TCU will be extremely difficult.
TCU off to a 3-0 start again, but they've had to replace an NBA guy in Desmond Bain, and so you're getting them in an area where they've had a little bit of time, but they're probably not close to what they'll be later in the season.
And watching tape today, I mean, they're pretty special, but I do think that it'll be an opportunity for us to play, and our matchups aren't terrible. That's where we've kind of got in trouble because the matchups that we've had in the UTA game and the Louisiana Tech game we're guarding 6'3s against 6'5", 6'6s. That made it pretty difficult. In this situation, I think it will be a little bit, if they'll be guarding down, we're guarding up, which I'm a believer that sometimes guarding up is easier than guarding down. But we just really had a difficult matchup against the last UTA, and it was personnel, not so much the size, the style of play that those players possess that caused the problem.
As you look ahead toward ULM, you finally get a chance to play at home. It may be, I'd have to look it up, it may be almost 9 months to the day. And actually probably more than 9 months because you finished the year at Central Arkansas last year before going to the tournament. But 9 months between home games, and I know Prather Coliseum is extremely special to you and to your family, and I know you've got to be excited, as are the guys, to get back on the Prather Coliseum floor.
Oh yeah, it'd be great to play at home. We don't get to play at home very often, so we're excited about that. Look forward to the opportunity to compete and play, and it'll be a lot of fun to be able to get here. Don't know what the crowd's going to look like, but it'll be pretty interesting.
In the same way, you may not know too much about what ULM looks like. They've had some issues to where they won't get on the floor until Thursday night, so you won't have a lot of scouting tape on this team. And I know they're kind of like you were last year, folding in a lot of new guys.
Yeah, and they do a great job. Keith Richard's a phenomenal game coach and just a general coach. I've got one of our former staff members left Northwestern State and goes over to Morris, Scott, and we enjoyed having him here with him. He does a great job. So it'll be a really good situation to be able to play an in-state rivalry and be able to be at home, and that'll be pretty special.
Yeah, how special are those rivalries when you get to play former Southland schools? Like you said, you're familiar with Louisiana Tech. You know the Southland very well in and out as a player and a coach, and getting some of those older teams back into the fold, it's got to be a little bit special for you.
It really is special to be able to play local teams that have local flavor, that have been a part of our league. And that way we kind of understand those opponents. And even though you don't play on a regular basis, it still kind of sticks. I know Greg Young, who's one of the coaches there at UTA, has been at UTA for a long time. So remember him well. Little interesting thing that Louisiana Tech, Coach Conkle has an assistant named Desmond Heyman that played at SFA. So there's again some of that Southland Conference touch in the games.
Well, we don't know right now what ULM will have and what they'll do in their first game, but there's another familiar face on that bench that I know you saw and a lot of people in Natchitoches saw grow up, and that's Thomas Howell, freshman from St. Mary's. So it'll be a unique situation where a Natchitoches kid comes back in and plays in Prather, not wearing purple and white.
Yeah, I mean, we're really excited for Thomas. Great family. Grew up in church with Thomas was in my Sunday school class, so he's a special young man, and we're excited for him for the opportunity. And we got beat on the recruiting trail there, but you want young people to be able to do what they aspire to do, and we're excited for him, and we're always pulling for him. And it'll be great to have his family here in Prather watching him play his first college game.
It just won't be pulling for him for the 40 minutes on Sunday afternoon, right?
That's right. That's right.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach.